wonderful moment last night with your teammates. What did it feel like for you to be out there at midcourt and receiving that award, and then to go out and play the way you did?
Yeah, it felt really good. I feel like my emotions were like so high that I was like a little bit like tired out there, especially to start. I was like a little too juiced up, but yeah, special moment. I'm happy we won, so I can like really enjoy the last couple of days and soak it all up. That really helps.
Shai over here in the corner, Malika Andrews, ESPN. It seems like all season long, this team's spirit, no matter the run, never breaks. And yet, 3 minutes before the game, you're celebrating, and then 3 minutes later, you're completely locked into this opponent. Starting with you, how do you balance that fun with keeping this serious goal in mind?
Yeah, we just prioritize what matters. And like we've come to realize that you win games and all that other stuff comes after. And it's, you guys saw it last night with myself and Lou and Dub today getting recognition. When you win games and you do it together and you have fun out there, everything else, all the individual stuff you want, it comes with it. But it starts with taking care of business on a basketball court, and we know that.
Shai, congratulations. I remember in the bubble, just you and Chris Paul being joined at the hip. You kind of like taking everything as a sponge. From your arrival here and joining forces with him in the bubble to now, how would you describe your relationship? What has he meant to you? It's kind of like a big boy, big brother, mentor, all and above. It was just, and in addition, what did it mean for you that he arrived tonight? Yeah, he has been great. Like you said, not only like a big brother, mentor, but just like a friend. He's always there to lean on. He was the first guy in my life that I was like close with that like achieved the things that I wanted to achieve. And I really leaned on him for like advice. And not only basketball advice, like business advice, taking care of your body advice, like handling a family when they don't live with you. Like there's so many things that you deal with as an NBA player, especially of his caliber, that go under the radar. And his guidance with that has been great. And like I said, not only as all the mentorship and stuff, but just being there as a friend, he's been special. And his attendance tonight. Oh yeah, that was amazing. Caught me off guard. I had to like double take. I was like, who's that sitting with my wife? I got a little tight, but then I seen it was Chris. I was like, all right, cool.
Shai, you talked about those emotions early, just sort of almost wearing you down before the game even starts. Did you focus on anything particular to try to kind of get through that initial stretch of time? And then just overall with what you did individually tonight, what were you most pleased with?
Yeah, early I just wanted to lean on my teammates. Like, I thought about like coming out and like forcing the first couple shots, but I was like, nah, it's probably not the way to go. I wanted to just let the game come to me. Like I said, lean on my teammates, play through them, play off of them. I think my first basket was like a back cut from Hart. So like I just didn't want to force the issue, let the game come to me. And then, yeah, I'm pleased with the way we guarded tonight. We held them to 100 points, I think, and obviously they're a really good offense. So, yeah, we did the job defensively.
Andrew Schleck with The Athletic. J-Dub had 11 in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. You know, what did you see from him offensively and defensively tonight?
Yeah, stepping into his own, being confident, making big-time plays. I think we had like they were cutting back into the lead, and they had like a fast break. He got a steal and then an and one. That was like a huge play for the last couple of minutes. He's just coming into his own. And I knew this would happen. He's a great player, works hard, does the right things, and when you do that, good things happen for you.
It was about 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. You had 8 points, and then you went on like a little bit of a run at the end. You had like an assist, a fadeaway over even Shinzo, a three, a couple free throws. You had like 11 points in like the last 4.5 minutes. Was that conscious where you saw something or you felt like you want to be more assertive or whatever, help you guys get an 8-point lead?
Yeah, not at all. I honestly just was out there playing basketball. Try to be aggressive, take my spots, try to make the right play. That's all that was. It wasn't intentional at all. Just try to close the half the right way. Closing quarters is so important, especially in close games, and the later in the season, the closer the game. So just want to take advantage of those moments.
Yeah, Shai, you've seen Lou put in the work year after year after year. He's been underappreciated year after year after year. What does it mean to you to see him finally get all defense first team?
Yeah, so happy for him. Nothing's made me happier this year in terms of our team. Like, Lou's been what he's been this year, his whole career, and for him to like finally get the recognition that he deserves is very special. And it's more impressive that like he just stuck with it throughout not getting it and just doing what's better for the team. He like diminished his role a couple years ago to do what's better for the team. Like he's just such a team first guy and puts that above all. To see him finally get some individual recognition for his hard work is very special.
Shai, how hard is it? I know you take one game at a time, but these games are coming fast and furious right now. How hard is it to not look at it and go, we're 6 wins from an NBA title?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Like all season long, we've like got into a habit and built like the muscle of just like focusing on the next game and worrying about what's in front of us. And it's no different in this situation. We're aware of where we are in the season, but we'd be doing ourselves a disservice if we kind of veer from what got us here, and that's what we prioritize.
Shai, you once mentioned my whole life is consistent. When you think about the younger teenage Shai, how proud of you are of that younger Shai that got you to that point of hoisting up the trophy tonight?
Yeah, I'm very proud. I'm glad he never gave up. I'm glad he listened to the right people, and I'm glad for those people giving me that advice that they did throughout the years. They know who they are, and I'm very appreciative.
Shai, you guys have really seized command of both of these games in the third quarter. What are you seeing come out of halftime that's put you guys in position to really overwhelm them in those quarters?
Yeah, we haven't been great. We were terrible coming out of half in the last series, and that's just been an emphasis of ours. Like, we have to, no matter what's going on in the first half, we have to start this half the right way, and we've done a pretty good job of it the last 2 games. It's going to be very important on the road in their environment, in their comfort zone. We got to push it forward.
Yeah, Shai, when you think about people asking you about Chris and 2020, the bubble year and all that, does that seem like forever ago and all that you and this team's been through? How do you sort of, from a perspective, rationalize all those things?
Yeah, a little bit of both. It feels like it was a long time ago, but it also doesn't feel like it was 5-6 years ago. It's kind of in between. But yeah, it's the journey. It's been fun. It went by faster than I thought, but also it's like 5-6 years ago. Wow. So yeah, I don't know. It's a whirlwind. When I'm done my career, I'll look back and reminisce on everything.
Shai, the other night you talked about your wife, Haley, and how much she's meant in sort of your journey and your path to this point. What does it mean to raise an MVP and score 38 in the conference finals and a pair of shoes and a colorway named after her?
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm glad I played well in her colorway for sure. She'd be mad at me if I played bad. But she deserves it. She's been my rock throughout this whole journey, from when I was a kid till now. One of those silent forces that doesn't get the recognition, and she deserves the world. I'll do everything I can to give it to her.
We can go one last one to Jenny, right here in the front. Last question to Jenny.
Shai, the run you guys put on there in the third quarter, it feels like Minnesota sort of is caving is probably the wrong word, but just sort of sensing the momentum that you guys have. Are you feeling that as they sort of react to what you guys are doing at all?
Yeah, you can feel it. You feel like what happens is like you feel us like string together stops. That's what's like encouraging, and I think that's what's made us really good. Like just our team really enjoys like playing defense and finds it very fun. And when we score, stop, like the stops is what gets us going. We can play faster, we play confident, and we're out there running and just hooping. But yeah, us enjoying getting stops is definitely the key to that.
Thank you, Shai.